Hey, this is Dave from Unipro, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to create additional Facebook profiles under your single Facebook account. And this is really exciting because up until this point, Facebook's only allowed us to have one single profile, but now you can have up to 5 different profiles. And this could be especially helpful if you're running your business through your Facebook account. So I'm going to show you all the ins and outs, how to get it set up. Let's dive in. So up until this point, if you're using your Facebook personal profile to grow your business, you know that there are some limitations. I'm going to show you one over here on my profile. You can see that right now I've got almost 4,800 friends. And if you're using your Facebook profile, you know that you're capped at 5,000 friends. And you just can't get friends beyond that 5,000 mark. So if you're looking to grow your business, this is a limitation. Now you also might know that if you're using your personal profile to grow your business, sometimes it's a little confusing about what type of content you should be creating. If you're posting pictures about your family or your personal friends, does that make sense? Do you want your business audience to see that personal content? And vice versa. Do you want your actual family members and your actual friends to be seeing the business content that you create? And up until this point, there's been no way to delineate between the two. Your business and your personal life has all been thrown together under one profile. Now, in the past, some people might have told you, well, go and create an entirely different Facebook account. So have 2 accounts. One is your business account and one is your personal account. And that's a big faux pas. In fact, that directly goes against Facebook's terms of service. And you are putting yourself at risk of having both accounts shut down or restricted if Facebook realizes that you're operating 2 separate Facebook accounts. But there is some good news. Facebook just recently launched a solution to all these problems. Now you can add additional profiles under your one single Facebook account. And this can be very helpful in a number of different ways. Again, especially if you're running an online business and you're using your personal Facebook account. So let's get started and talk about what is an additional Facebook profile. We can see here Facebook has told us you can create up to 4 additional Facebook profiles under your one Facebook account. We're going to talk about accounts in just a second. These profiles can represent different things about your life, your interests, your communities you belong to. Each profile will have its own list of friends, its own feed, and you can be part of different groups and follow different pages. And so right away, Facebook tells us in total you can have up to 5 profiles, your original profile and 4 additional profiles. Facebook's also been clear from what we just read that these are intended to be used for different types of purposes. And we're going to get into more about that in just a second. But I do want to touch on the difference between your Facebook account and your Facebook profile. So let's start off by looking at what's your Facebook account. You have to create a Facebook account in order to use Facebook. And so when you signed up for Facebook, this is what you created. You created an account. That's where you're entering your information, the name you go by in everyday life, your email, your mobile. When you sign up for Facebook, you're creating an account. Now, under that account, you're going to have one main profile. And that's what Facebook's talking about here. It says your main profile is the profile you create when you sign up for a Facebook account. Your main profile, it's required and can only be deleted if you delete your entire Facebook account. So up until this point, if you've been using one Facebook profile, that is your main profile. It's tied to your Facebook account. But now Facebook's saying we're going to allow you to add on 4 additional profiles that will also come under that one main Facebook account.
Ooh, I like that. That was pretty good, right?
That was good.
Well, as a business owner, why might you want to add an additional profile or maybe up to 4 additional profiles? Let me show you a practical example. I'm over here on my main Facebook profile. And so this is where I create all of my personal content, including business content. Let's take a look. Here's a post about a sales script that sells $200 to $25,000 offers. Here's a comment about lead gen versus lead nurturing. But then here's a post about Lucy, my wife, and I going out for date night. And so you can see I'm using this one main profile to post about business and also mix that with personal content. And you might think, well, Dave, if you can create separate profiles, why would you do this? Why would you continue to mix both types of content? And here's the reality. This is true for me, and this is definitely true for you as well. When you're building an audience and looking to nurture that audience, yes, it's really important to add value and to talk about business or to talk about whatever your niche is interested in, but it's also important to show your audience who you are, what type of person you are. And that's where posts like this personal post, my example, date night, this is where these become very important. People are going to buy from you because they like you, they trust you, they want to do business with you. And so it's really important not to separate your profiles altogether and have one that's only business posts and another that's only personal posts. On your business profile, you do want to mix and match content. However, let's say that you create a lot of personal content, you want to share some of your posts with just your family and friends. Yes, the old way of doing that is you can go over to these 3 dots and then you go down here and edit your audience and you can choose your audience. You could say only your friends, only specific friends. So you could customize who these posts are shown to. But that's a lot of work, and you got to do that for every single post. So one practical example of why you might want an additional profile is you might start up an additional profile for family and friends only, and all the content being created for that particular profile is just about your personal life. Then over on your main profile, that's where you're posting primarily about business, but you're also mixing that up with a little bit of personal posting as well, again, so that your audience gets to know, like, and trust you. Now, you might have noticed that I said use your main profile as your business profile, and maybe you're thinking, no, I'm going to use that as my personal profile. That's going to be for friends and family. I'm going to create an additional profile for business only. And you could do that, but I'd recommend against it. And here's why. Your main profile is the one that's been around for the longest. And so that's built up something that I like to call Facebook muscles. That means you've done a lot of reps on Facebook. Facebook has a big history with that main profile. And so because your main profile is the one that's been around the longest, that's the one that Facebook is going to give the most power, so to speak, to. It means that your posts are going to be seen by the greatest number of people. It means that you have a greater ability to send more messages in Messenger and engage on more pieces of content and send friend requests. All of those things are going to be more powerful under your main profile. So I highly recommend you keep your main profile as your business profile. And if you want to add an additional profile, use that one for family and friends.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Another practical example where you may want to create additional profiles is if you have a business that serves different niches. So maybe you own a couple different businesses, or maybe you have a couple completely different niches that run from the same business. So you could be creating content for one of these niches, say through your main profile, but then you could create an additional profile that serves a completely different niche. Now, this is only the case if you have completely different niches. Remember, Facebook said additional profiles are intended to be used for completely separate circumstances. So you wouldn't want to go and create 4 additional profiles that all serve the exact same business. I know that might be tempting. You might think, well, Dave, you just showed me over here that I can only have 5,000 friends. If I add 4 additional profiles, now I have access to 25,000 friends, and that would allow me to grow my one single business with a much bigger audience. And it might be tempting to think that, but I'm going to give you a couple reasons why you want to stay away from this. First off, Facebook told us that's not the intent of additional profiles, and we always want to do what Facebook tells us to do. That'll just keep you in the good graces of Facebook. But secondly, think about it from a management perspective. Imagine if you had 5 different profiles all serving the exact same niche. It'd be very difficult to keep sorted the content on each of those profiles and to remember what conversations were happening on the content of each of those different profiles. Also, remember, Facebook told us each additional profile has its own messenger. And so imagine trying to keep straight Messenger across 5 different profiles that's all serving the exact same niche. It'd be very confusing.
Okay, yeah. You got a point.
So instead, if you want to grow your audience for one specific niche beyond 5,000 friends, I'll show you 2 options. One is to grow your followers. And you can see here that I've got 8,600 followers. That's because I've chosen to turn on my professional mode. You can see I've got Facebook professional mode turned on here. Simply click on the 3 dots. You can go down here. You'll have an option to turn on professional mode. When you do that, you still have your 5,000 friends, but you're telling Facebook, I'm using this main Facebook profile for business purposes. And Facebook allows you then to accumulate as many followers as you like. And so that's one way to increase your audience size in a particular niche without adding additional profiles. I'll show you the other thing that I like to do, and that's to use Facebook groups. Here's a Facebook group. It's called Audience and Influence, and this is for my one specific niche. And so when I reach 5,000 friends and I continue to gain followers, I'm also moving my audience over into this Facebook group, which has no limitation at all. I'm going to go down here to the stats, and you can see that in this particular group, there's almost 12,000 members, and we're getting 100 to 200 new members every single week. And you can do the same thing. You can have 5,000 friends through one profile. You can have unlimited followers, and then you can also have unlimited group members. That's all for one particular business, one particular niche. And then, like I said, if you want to add additional profiles for family and friends, or maybe for different niches, then that's something to consider. Now, as a side note, while we're talking about Facebook groups, if you want to fill up your Facebook group with more targeted leads, I've recorded the entire process that we use to add thousands and thousands of members to any Facebook group. I'll put a link in the description. You can go access that, and you can start filling up your Facebook group with new leads right away. So now we've talked about what you might use these additional profiles for, what not to use them for. Let's take a look at the steps to actually create an additional profile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my icon here, my user icon up in the top right hand corner, and then you want to click on See All Profiles, and you'll see that down here there's a button that says Create New Profile. Go ahead and click on that. And then you're going to see that Facebook gives us pop-up. It says, create another profile, express another side of you. Again, emphasizing that this isn't supposed to be a duplicate of the profile you already have. It's for a different purpose. And so I'm going to click on Get Started. Here you can put in your profile name. And this is really important. Under your main Facebook profile, Facebook wants you to use your actual given name, so your legal name. Whereas in an additional profile, you can use a nickname. You can use anything you like. So in this case, I'm going to call myself Cool Dave. And as a username, I'm going to say, oh, There, gave me one. Cool Dave, 17901. Okay, I'm gonna use it. Then you're gonna go and add a photo, and I'm gonna just choose this. This is for my cover photo, and I got a banner selected here, and there it is. And then I'm gonna choose a profile photo as well, and Facebook will update that. So now I'm all set up. And you can do the same thing. Click on continue, and Facebook's gonna go and create this additional profile. Now, I'm actually gonna X out of this because I've already gone and I've created this additional profile already, so you can take a look. And what I did with this one is I created it called Dave Smith Family Only. And so you can imagine the intention for this one is to keep this one very private, only adding my family members and my close friends. And you'll see something interesting here right off the bat. So when I go over to this additional profile, the main profile page here, you're gonna see people you may know. You might wonder, where are these people coming from? Why is Facebook recommending people to be my friends through this additional profile? And Facebook actually told us the answer. Let's go over here. Facebook answers the question, will people know if I have additional Facebook profiles under my account? Here's what Facebook says. People may learn the profiles you create are connected based on what you say or do. Your profile may be suggested as a friend to others, and some information on your profile will be public. Because your profiles are under one Facebook account, we use information from all your profiles to personalize your experience across Meta products. So let's go back over here. If I were to take a look at these people, there's a high likelihood that they're either friends or followers of my main Facebook profile. And that just makes sense. Facebook is trying to help me out and say, hey, you created this additional profile. Here's some suggestions of people that you might want in this network as well. And of course, it's up to me whether I want to add them as a friend. And that's the same with you. But the takeaway here is your profiles are still connected under one Facebook account. Facebook is using that information from different profiles to customize your experience. Now, when you see this, you might think, okay, well, what about my settings? What about my privacy? In this example, this is for family only. And so I don't want strangers to be able to discover this. And I don't want strangers to be sending me friend requests. And so how can I take care of that? How can you take care of that as well? We're going to go over to the settings. How do you get there? We're going to click in the top right-hand corner, and we're going to go down to settings and privacy, click on settings. And then over here, you're going to notice there's a privacy tab. And when you click on privacy, this is going to look exactly like the settings and privacy tab in your main profile. And so you can go and limit who's going to see your posts and who's going to be able to engage, who's going to be able to send your friend requests. All of that can be adjusted right here. So your additional profile can become very private while still keeping your main profile very public, which is perfect for business purposes. Well, what happens if you create an additional profile and you decide you want to delete that profile? Let me walk you through the steps. The most important thing to know here is that an additional profile cannot delete additional profiles. What do I mean by that? Well, remember we said that when you create your Facebook account, you have one main profile, and that's always going to be attached to your Facebook account. That's kind of like the master admin or the super admin of all your additional profiles. So in order to delete a profile, we need to go back over to your main profile. And you can see up here in the right-hand corner, my profile image changed. I'm now operating again under my main profile. Here's how you can delete an additional profile. I'm gonna click on my main profile. I'm gonna go down to settings and privacy. I'm gonna click on settings again. And this time you're gonna wanna click over here where it says account center. Then once you're under your account center, you're gonna go down to personal details and then over here to account ownership and control. Click on that. And then you'll see you're gonna be given the option here for deactivation or deletion of any of your accounts, including these additional profiles. So I'm gonna click on that and you can see right here, Dave Smith, family only. I'm gonna click on that. And then you can choose whether you wanna temporarily delete one of these additional profiles or permanently delete it. Now I know that was a lot, so let's do a quick summary here. Number one, Facebook has given you the option of adding up to 4 additional profiles under your main Facebook account. Number 2, these additional profiles are intended to be used for different purposes. So it's not supposed to be a duplicate of your main Facebook profile. Number 3, if you're running a business, this could be helpful if you wanted to create an additional profile that was for close family or friends only, or maybe you had 2 very different businesses and those justified having separate profiles. And next we learned that each additional profile can have its settings and its privacy independently controlled. So you could have your main profile operating publicly for your business, and then you could have additional profiles where the privacy settings were more strict to keep that information out of the public's eye. And then finally, we looked at deleting additional profiles. You can easily do that through your main Facebook profile. And so that's how additional profiles work on Facebook. But in full transparency, for my business, I just use my main profile. I do, however, have a secret weapon that allows me to accumulate a lot of leads, new followers, fill up my Facebook groups, and nurture all those leads. That secret weapon is called Unipro. And if you've never checked it out, go over to unipro.com. Unipro will go out onto Facebook. It'll find targeted leads for your business. It'll fill up your audience audience with those targeted leads. Like I mentioned, it's going to help you nurture those leads, make offers to those leads, and turn those leads into paying customers and clients. So if you're using Facebook to run an online business, you got to check out Unipro. Go over to unipro.com. That's what I got for you in this video. If this video is helpful, give it a like. And if you have any comments or questions about using additional profiles on Facebook, just leave those below. I'm happy to help out. And again, if you're growing an online business and you're using Facebook as a tool to do so, you got to check out Unipro. It's been a game changer for me. I know it will be for you as well. Go to unipro.com. I know you're going to love it. Thanks for checking out this video. Can't wait to see you in the next video.